Introducing to you first, fighting out of the blue corner. Her background, Taekwondo. At 5 feet 4 inches tall, she weighed in officially 125 and 1/2 pounds. Her professional record stands at 12 victories, 5 defeats, and 1 draw. Fighting out of Pingo de Agua, Minas Gerais, Brazil. Here is Natalia Silva!
Oh, Alexa's very committed to this shot, but Silva did a good job of squaring up her hips. Alexa drove back up to the single. Now she's got to move her down. She cannot let Silva stay grounded.
We call that, she got to break the balance, right, DC?
Yep, got to move.
Can't just squeeze. Coach Dean Thomas with us all night. Dino, what are you seeing?
Natalia Silva, a beautiful 5 feet 4 inches Brazilian fighter with a 65-inch reach. Record, 19-5-1. She doesn't look like your typical cage warrior, but the moment that cage door locks, she becomes a nightmare. 37% of her wins, pure submission artistry, arm bars that snap like bear traps. And right now, she's staring down the one fighter everyone says is untouchable. Our undefeated queen, Dakota Ditcheva. And she might be the only woman on planet Earth who can hand Dakota her first loss.
A Gabriela, que vem pra cima. Bom chute também da Natália. A Gabriela tentou encurralar agora. As duas se agarram ali, tentando a queda. Pertinho da grade, combate para
15-0 versus a 7-fight UFC win streak against killers. Knockout artist versus submission specialist. The unstoppable force meets the immovable object. This isn't just a fight. This is a collision course that will define the future of women's flyweight MMA. When beauty meets brutality, when technique meets terror, we get Natalia Silva versus Dakota Ditcheva.
Nice job by Dakota keeping that underhook shallow, using that elbow to frame her out and keep distance where she can create some space and let her hands go in this clinch range.
Yeah, they're looking out of her element here. She's hurt to the body. That's it.
The end of the fight? Rich Mitchell waves it off the knee.
Let's get into it. Let's talk about why Natalia Silva is the biggest threat to Dakota Ditcheva that nobody's talking about enough. At 5 feet 4 inches with a 65-inch reach, Silva doesn't have the physical advantages you'd expect from a top contender. But here's the thing, this woman has turned those disadvantages into weapons. She's learned to close distance like a shark, and once she's in your face, you're in her world.
Oh, it's strawweight right
She
now.
could legitimately be fighting next.
Absolutely.
Rodriguez.
That left high kick is so fast, too, from Silva.
Jazz Davisi is hanging on for dear life right now after eating a big shot.
That 19-5-1 record tells a story. Those 5 losses, they all came early when she was just a Taekwondo fighter thrown into the MMA deep end with 0 grappling skills. She got submitted, she got wrestled, she got humbled. But you know what separates champions from everyone else? They learn from their failures. And boy, did Silva learn.
Eu tava reparando isso agora, não teve nenhuma tentativa de nenhuma das duas, né? Entrar em queda, uma luta bem de striking. O treinador dali irritado ali, falando, ela só fica dançando na sua frente, não faz nada, mas ela dança na frente, mas dá uma bordoada. Toda hora larga uma ali, né?
7 submission victories. That's 37% of her wins coming from making opponents tap or nap. Arm bars are her signature, and she chains them together like she's playing chess while everyone else is playing checkers. She's not just hunting for submissions, she's setting traps 3 moves ahead. Currently sitting at number 2 in the UFC women's flyweight rankings and number 4 pound for pound in the world. Let that sink in, pound for pound. This girl is beating fighters regardless of size, and she's doing it against the absolute best competition on the planet. Here's where it gets scary. Silva is on a 7-fight UFC win streak. Not against cans, against monsters. She's beaten former UFC champions Jessica Andrade and Alexa Grasso. She's faced killers, and she's made them look ordinary. The stats don't lie. Highest striking differential in UFC flyweight history, 2.84. That means for every strike she takes, she's landing nearly 3 back. And her takedown defense, 91.7%, the best in the entire division. Good luck trying to put this woman on her back unless she wants to be there. But here's what makes Silva truly dangerous for Dakota. She's a complete fighter. She can strike, she can grapple, she can submit, she can go 15 minutes in a war. She's been tested in every way possible, and she keeps winning. Now let's talk about the undefeated phenom that has the entire MMA world buzzing. Dakota Ditcheva, 15-0, 15-0. Not just undefeated, undeniable.
Parlayed also, we threw a little sprinkle on by TKO or KO. I will tell you, the confidence that she's going to have now getting up is going to be unbelievable.
And there it is. Beautiful knee from the plum.
And Ditcheva beckons Jenna Bishop back to her feet and goes immediately on the attack. Oh, right hand.
In trouble.
And that does it. First round finish, and Dakota Ditcheva silences.
But it's not the record that makes Dakota special. It's the violence. 12 knockout victories. This girl doesn't just win fights, she ends them. When Dakota throws a body shot, grown women crumble like they've been hit by a truck. She came from a striking pedigree, Muay Thai world champion with fight IQ that's off the charts. Her mother was a multiple-time world kickboxing champion, so violence is literally in her DNA. She doesn't just know how to strike, she's been bred for this.
Very difficult to put away.
Oh!
Right. Wow! Dakota Ditcheva with the third round finish.
What a finish, beautiful work. Hard shot to the body, she's still hurt. Still can't breathe.
At only 26 years old, she's already conquered PFL, becoming the 2024 Women's Flyweight Champion and taking home that sweet $1 million prize. Youngest champion in PFL history, first British female MMA World Champion. The hype isn't hype anymore. It's reality. Here's the stat that should terrify everyone. Dakota was the first person to ever finish Taila Santos. Santos went to a split decision with Valentina Shevchenko for the UFC title, one of the toughest fighters on earth. And Dakota put her away with body punches in round 2. That's the level we're talking about.
Against defense with body shots.
Combination again, punching her way out of these clinches.
Naba not able to match speed on the outside.
Crashing in again.
Oh, beautiful knee.
Out of the clinch is really working for Ditcheva. She gets the turn, another knee finds its way to the face of Sumiko Naba, and an elbow from Dakota.
Naba can't take a lot of those knees.
12 of her 15 wins came in round 1. She's not just finishing fights, she's demolishing souls before they even break a sweat. Chelsea Hackett, Gina Bishop, Lisa Malden, all crumpled from body shots. It's become her calling card. Dakota's striking is surgical. Every punch has bad intentions. Every kick is thrown with the goal of removing your liver from your body. She fights like someone who genuinely enjoys making people quit.
The planet right now, fantastic strikers, veterans, future legends of the game here.
For sure.
Santos is in big trouble. She's in big trouble. Dakota Ditcheva to the body again for a championship.
So here's the question that's keeping fight fans up at night. Can Natalia Silva really beat Dakota Ditcheva? Is she the one to crack the code? Or is Silva about to become just another name on Dakota's highlight reel? Let's break this down element by element. Alright, here's the truth bomb. Natalia Silva isn't just a threat to Dakota Ditcheva. She might be the biggest threat in all of women's MMA right now. Think about it. Silva has conquered the UFC mountain. She's beaten former champions. She's on a 7-fight streak against the best of the best. Meanwhile, Dakota, as phenomenal as she is, hasn't been tested by that level of competition yet.
Jumps. 15 seconds as these ladies are letting it all hang out in the center. Great shot. She's on perhaps the biggest strike of the fight comes from Blanchfield. The final units.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know.
Frantic exchange to start round 5.
Blanchfield's corner shoulder. Blanchfield fought a pretty, another one. Look, she's back to the body.
She's in tighter here.
Yep.
She's going to get it.
Blanchfield, as she's. That's a really good position for her. She's really good at this.
Huge development here. More shots, and then she came out like a bat out of hell in the 5th.
The UFC ranks is a nightmare threat for our beloved Dakota. Her name, Aaron Cold-Blooded Blanchfield. Record, 14-2. Ranked number 3 in the UFC. And here's the terrifying part. 5 of her wins are by submission. She's a jiu-jitsu assassin, an Eddie Bravo Invitational champion, and she holds the second most submissions in UFC flyweight history.
Very close. That is extended. It is done.
Good, taking things lifting nice and tight. Blanchfield now, she's attacking. She let go of the leg. It's great. Arms almost great. It's great. It's great. It's great tap.
There's the tap.
When a 15-0 knockout artist faces a submission specialist with ice in her veins, Dakota has never faced a grappler like this. Someone who can take you down 8 times in one fight. Someone who's tapped out a former UFC champion. Someone who literally has ice in her veins. One fighter has never lost. The other has conquered the UFC's best. But if they ever meet in the cage, who walks out victorious? Stick around, because this breakdown is going to shock you.
This is how good Aaron Blanchfield is.
The question isn't just, can Blanchfield beat Dakota? It's, what happens when Dakota's biggest weakness meets Blanchfield's deadliest strength? This is dangerous versus cold-blooded. Let's get into it. But here's what makes Blanchfield terrifying for someone like Dakota. 5 of her 14 wins are by submission. She holds the second most submissions in UFC flyweight history with 4, trailing only Jillian Robertson. This woman is a submission machine.
Fighting out of the red corner. She's a Muay Thai specialist and stands 5 feet 8 inches tall. She went in officially at 125 1/4 pounds. And she holds a perfect, undefeated record of 10 victories and no defeats. She is the 2023 PFL Europe Women's Flyweight Champion. Fighting out of Manchester, England, dangerous Dakota Ditcheva!
Started training in jiu-jitsu at just 7 years old. Blanchfield is an Eddie Bravo Invitational champion. She's not just good on the ground, she's elite. Remember when she set the UFC flyweight record with 8 takedowns in a single fight against Miranda Maverick? Or when she submitted former strawweight champion Jessica Andrade in round 2, earning performance of the night?
Nice job by Dakota keeping that underhook shallow, using that elbow to frame her out and keep distance, where she can create some space and let her hands go in this clinch range.
Yeah, they're looking out of her element here. She's hurt to the body. That's it.
The end of the fight. Rich Mitchell waves it off the knee.
Here's the thing about cold-blooded. She doesn't just take you down, she keeps you there. She has the second lowest bottom position time in UFC flyweight history. Translation, good luck putting her on her back. Her resume includes wins over Molly McCann, Kimura, JJ Aldrich, guillotine choke, and most recently, a rear naked choke victory over Tracy Cortez in their rematch. This is Dakota's worst nightmare on paper, a grappler who can neutralize strikers and finish fights on the mat.
Power in every single punch, and it does become a little telegraphed, but I would like her to kind of cut more lateral movement and really set up that big right hand. She's got a lot of power.
This flyweight to come to fight in the end. Blanchfield trying to close this out. It is done. Cold-blooded Aaron Blanchfield.
Now let's talk about our undefeated queen, Dakota Ditcheva. At just 26 years old, she's 15-0 and the reigning PFL Women's Flyweight Champion with a cool $1 million prize to show for it. But it's not that she wins, it's how she wins. 12 of her 15 victories are by knockout. This British-Bulgarian sensation is a body shot specialist. Just ask Taila Santos, who became the first person ever to be finished by Ditcheva via body punches in round 2 of the PFL Championship Final.
The planet right now, fantastic strikers, veterans, future legends of the game here.
For sure.
Santos is in big trouble. She's in big trouble. Dakota Ditcheva to the body again for a championship.
Before MMA, Dakota was a world champion in Muay Thai, winning gold at the 2016 IFMA World Championships. That striking pedigree shows every time she steps in the cage. Chelsea Hackett, Gina Bishop, Cornelia Holm, all finished by devastating body shots. Here's what separates Dakota from most strikers. She's not just powerful, she's precise. Those body shots are surgical. And while Blanchfield is a submission threat, Dakota has only been taken to decision twice in her entire career. Fighters can't submit you if they can't breathe.
Damage so far in this fight, it's been one-way trap.
Oh, nasty knee right up the middle from Dakota. Got a flurry. Under the body, here's the elbow. Back elbow, and now a left hand. And she's showing off now.
Plus, Dakota proved she can hang with top-tier competition by finishing Taila Santos, the same Santos who went the distance with Blanchfield and challenged Valentina Shevchenko for the UFC title. So here's where it gets interesting. This fight is the ultimate striker versus grappler matchup, Blanchfield's path to victory. She needs to close the distance, weather the early storm, and drag Dakota into deep water. Her cardio is proven over 5-round fights. Her takedown game is relentless, 8 takedowns in one fight. Remember? If she can get Dakota to the mat and keep her there, those submission skills become deadly. One mistake, one exposed limb, and it's game over. Blanchfield has also shown she can handle powerful strikers. She out-wrestled former champion Rose Namajunas for 5 rounds. She survived and submitted Jessica Andrade, who's known for her power. Cold-blooded thrives in the chaos.
Toes out of the cage, please.
There you go. She'll try the arm triangle choke here if she can. But she just might run out of time, so instead posture up.
The position
Round and pound for Blanchfield. There's the horn.
Good job.
Dakota's path to victory. Keep it standing. Use that Muay Thai mastery to control range. Attack the body early and often. Those body shots aren't just about damage. They slow down wrestlers, make takedowns harder, and sap cardio. Dakota's takedown defense has been solid throughout her career. Against Sumiko Inaba, she showed she can go 3 rounds with someone looking to grapple. And if Blanchfield shoots and misses, that's when Dakota unloads with knees and elbows in the clinch, her Muay Thai specialty.
Plum and a right hand. Oh, Dakota Ditcheva, right hand and a hammer fake. Another knockout for Dakota Ditcheva.
The big question, can Dakota's takedown defense hold up against Blanchfield's wrestling? Because Erin isn't just taking you down, she's taking you down 8 times a fight if needed. Let's talk about the mental game. Dakota has never tasted defeat. That 15-0 record isn't just impressive, it's a mindset. She's the youngest champion in PFL history and the first British female MMA world champion. She's fought in front of massive crowds in Riyadh and performed under the brightest lights. That confidence is real.
Parlayed also, we threw a little sprinkle on by TKO or KO. I will tell you the confidence that she's going to have now getting up is going to be unbelievable.
And there it is. Beautiful knee from the plum. And Ditcheva beckons Jenna Bishop back to her feet and goes immediately on the attack. Oh, right hand. In trouble. And that does it. First round.
But Blanchfield? She's got that championship-level experience from the UFC. She's been in 5-round main events. She's faced adversity, 2 losses on her record, including a unanimous decision defeat to Manon Fiorot. But she bounced back, defeating Rose Namajunas and avenging her earlier loss to Tracy Cortez with a submission.
She's got a lot of power.
This flyweights are took the fight in the air. Blanchfield trying to close the show. It is done.
Wow.
Cold-blooded Erin Blanchfield stops Victoria Leonardo in devastating fashion.
On display is really, really remarkable.
Dakota Ditcheva is a prodigious striking sensation fighting for the legacy of her family.
She's brilliant. She'd do well just boxing. Really, really amazing athlete.
Dakota's skills. She is one of the most spiteful strikers that we've ever seen in the PFL.
She's never won a belt, as she said. Right. She's not a complete fighter, is she? I'm not a complete fighter. She definitely isn't either, so... But whatever.
Tells She's used to getting first-round finishes, Randy. Gas tank might be an issue here. We'll find out tomorrow night.
British fighter faces a former UFC title challenger who's been trash-talking her for months. Pure devastation. Dakota Ditcheva didn't just beat Taila Santos at the 2024 PFL Championships. She sent a message to the entire UFC flyweight division that a new killer has arrived.